so 1d6 is taking a look at Apex Legends the board game. Now, one very important caveat to start with, we did not play the game on the PC. We might actually be less prejudiced towards the board game. Now, let's start the video. In recent years, Apex Legends has taken the gaming world by storm, captivating players with its fast-paced action, diverse characters and strategic gameplay. Building on the success of the digital realm, Apex Legends has now expanded its universe to the tabletop with Apex Legends the board game. The game offers you training, deathmatch and battle royale modes that are accessible for newcomers and a challenge for veteran players. One thing I believe might be important to mention is that Glass Cannon Unplugged, the publisher of the game, has experience with getting a PC game to the table. They made Frostpunk, a game we did not back on Kickstarter, but we did pick it up in retail. We have played a few games, but we haven't made up our minds yet about the game. Though one important thing that we can share is that less might have been more. Apex Legends the board game is a strategic and competitive tabletop adaptation of the popular video game. Designed for 2 to 4 players, the game transports players to the futuristic world of the Outlands, where they take on roles of skilled legends, unique characters with extraordinary abilities and personalities. The objective is to be the last squad standing by outmaneuvering opponents, gaining resources and eliminating enemies. With the expansion you are able to play solo, co-op and up to 5 to 6 players instead. The game board represents the ever-changing area, divided into different zones filled with a variety of terrain, obstacles and valuable loot. Each player controls a team of 3 legends, forming a squad that must navigate the battlefield and engage in intense combat encounters. The game is played over a series of rounds, each of which consists of distinct phases. At the start of each round, players strategize and plan their moves by selecting action cards from their individual action deck. These action cards offer a range of options such as movement, combat, healing or activating special abilities unique to each legend. Choosing the right combination of actions is crucial for success. Once the planning phase is completed, the action unfolds on the game board. Players move their legends across the terrain, making tactical decisions to seize advantageous positions, secure higher tier loot or engage in combat encounters with rival squads. Combat in Apex Legends the board game is dynamic and strategic. Players draw a number of hit cards according to the weapon they are firing with. Factors such as range, cover and legends abilities can help affect the outcome of an attack. Successful attacks can damage opponents, reduce their resources or even knock them out temporarily. Players must carefully manage their health, shields, resources and ammunition to survive and eliminate rival legends. Resource management is a key aspect of the game. Players can collect loot from defeated opponents, discover loot cages or, in some scenarios, supply bins might be dropped in the game. These resources can be used to upgrade weapons, shields and abilities, enhancing a player's chances of survival and dominance. Additionally, players can strategically deploy respawn beacons to bring back fallen legends, adding an extra layer of depth and strategy to the gameplay. As the game progresses, the area becomes smaller, forcing players into tighter encounters and increasing the tension. Legends clash, abilities are unleashed and unexpected twists and turns occur, replicating the adrenaline-pumping moments from the digital counterpart. The gameplay is designed to be engaging, strategic and filled with suspense, ensuring players remain captivated throughout each match. So on to our thoughts. Well, some of you might be getting upset. But if you've backed 6 Siege and you are not willing to pay Mythic Games' extortion fee, then this game might be a good option. At some level, the games are somewhat alike, though I think 6 Siege has more strategy than Apex Legends has. On the other hand, Apex might have the upper hand in replayability. One thing I personally find a bit wonky, having played a lot of Warhammer, is the terrain. From experience, I know that having stuff on your table that obscures your field of view of the battlefield can be frustrating. It means you have to walk around the table to see if you or your opponent really has clear line of sight. This opens the window to discussion. The 3D terrain is a gimmick, but to me it might be more of a hindrance than an asset. The pledge levels are a mixed bag. A core box for €80, including VAT, excluding shipping, is a good price. For our friends on the other side of the pond, they might think otherwise. The €115 for the full team pledge is overkill. So I got 2 more legends and a scenario book that lets me play up to 5 to 6 players. This is too steep of an increase compared to the €80 for the core pledge. I think the supply miniatures expansion can't be an expansion. Yes, this could be in cardboard, but after watching some gameplay and Dice Tower videos, I believe it's an essential tool to keep track of looted locations. They are asking €25 for this pretty essential part of the game. The first all-in pledge is €235. Now you have the full squad expansion for 5 to 6 players, squad 1 and 2 expansions, the supply miniatures expansions, a playing mat expansion and card sleeves. Now this pledge gives me the game's biggest variety in playable legends. I'm a bit sad that this is behind a paywall. I would have liked it if some legends would have been stretch goals, but according to Glass Cannon, that will probably not be the case. The second all-in pledge is the solo all-in pledge for €255, and this will add the solo and co-op expansions. Coming back to those stretch goals, Glass Cannon tells us they will introduce some new variants and game modes into the game. Some components can be upgraded and others can be added in their entirety, but in general, Glass Cannon Unplugged focuses heavily on the gameplay aspect. And this is what they will mostly grow into the course of the campaign. First of all, thumbs up for telling us in advance what you are and aren't willing to do via stretch goals. I don't believe backers of this game are looking for more variants and game modes. Upgraded components, always. And more gear and loot, great. Again, more legends that help create more variety and replayability might have been better. All in all, we are happy with what Glass Cannon Unplugged has brought to the table with Apex Legends. Though 1d6 won't be backing it. We have given into Mythic Games its extortion on their 6 Siege project, and we don't need another game in this genre. If you are new to the board gaming hobby and you are wondering what we are talking about, check the video here. You might learn about the risks of buying your game via Kickstarter. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and walk over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free, it won't cost you anything, but for now, that's all I have for you. Bye.